Thanks again for having me on, Kelly. And yes, I agree. And the recruiter.com recruiter sentiment is 3.3 for the second month in a row. Now that's out of 5. So we have a well to go, but it's still above the 2.5 sentiments, which we were at in April. So this is the first time in the last 3 months that positivity has not grown at all. The average recruiter is working on 15 open roles now, which is down from 16 in September, which was the high since COVID-19 started. So we're down a little bit there too. In August, and we pointed out that there was 90% optimism in the manufacturing space, there was a real quick uptick in the manufacturing jobs. But now optimism for the manufacturing jobs is slightly below 70%, so likely the manufacturing jobs are slowing up too. So our industry bright spots were healthcare and manufacturing. Sorry, go ahead, Kelly.
Oh, sure. I was just going to say the rebound in manufacturing has been one of the bright spots for the whole economy, but a lot of that, as we know, has been restocking and catching back up with demand, and it's slowing now. So let's talk about healthcare and some of the other industries. I mean, where are you seeing strength and where else are you seeing weakness right now? Yeah,
so the bright spots were healthcare and manufacturing, and they're down slightly below 70%. So there's actually no industry now that's above the 70% in optimism in terms of new jobs. So it's really pointing to a little bit slower, certainly in the next 30 to 60 days. Now, while this all seems a little negative, recruiters are reporting that their workloads in October are only down from 11% in October of 2019. So despite the discussions around the second wave of COVID and the political turmoil, only about 25% of the recruiters feel that COVID's having a great effect on their recruiting activities. But there's actually something really interesting that we started to track. Remote work actually beat out compensation as the top draw for candidates, according to the recruiters. So 35%
I bet it
said,
did, yeah.
Sorry, amazing, right? So 35% said that remote work was a higher priority to 31% of compensation. So if we're going to focus on the remote workers, we're going to see that the industries that support the remote workers are actually going to recover faster from a jobs perspective. And we're seeing that, right? We all hear about the Silicon Valley companies going all remote. We're seeing that they're talking about, gee, I don't need to hire an engineer from Silicon Valley. I can hire an engineer in Alabama or Montana, and working fully remotely. And we're actually seeing now so let's go back. Healthcare and manufacturing, which are really almost all local in-person jobs, while they're optimistic in terms of job openings, actually filling those jobs has been slower because they're not aligning with the candidate's preference for remote work.
Exactly. Exactly. And again, it's almost like having some certainty on the pandemic sticking around is accelerating all of these trends. But still, I hear what you're telling us, and I wonder if tomorrow's jobs report is going to be a bit of a wet blanket. Not that hopes are that high for it, but just, again, a reminder that the sharp recovery that we saw this year is slowing. Evan, thanks for joining us with all that information. Evan Stone, we really appreciate it.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.